While environmental groups push for San Onofre's permanent closure, majority owner Southern California Edison wants to reopen the plant at lower capacity. But is it safe? Joining me to discuss the risks at San Onofre are Murray Jennex, nuclear containment expert and San Diego State professor, and Gary Headrick with San Clemente Green. Gary, I want to start with you. It is tubeware inside the brand new steam generators that Edison installed back in 2010 and 2011 that led to the tiny radioactive release that then led to the plant's shutdown. Explain what tubeware means.
Well, tubeware is vibrations that were unexpected, and what I'd like to really focus on is the fact that you're saying it was a minor leak, which it was, but it could have been a tube burst, which would have had a cascading effect and could have had a catastrophe like in Japan. I mean, these tubes are dangerous. They're the only barrier between radiation getting into the environment, or putting all of us 8.5 million people that live within 50 miles of there in grave danger.
Murray, how unusual is it to have this kind of tubeware 1 to 2 years after installation?
Well, it's very unusual. You do expect tubeware over the life of the steam generator, but that should be 20 to 25 years. So this was very unexpected, and it is very unusual.
Now, I want to say that we did ask Southern California Edison, majority owner of San Onofre, as well as San Diego Gas and Electric, minority owner of San Onofre, to come on the program. They declined. Gary, Edison wants to run or reopen San Onofre's Unit 2 and run it at 70% capacity. Edison did release a statement. They said that Southern California Edison's international team of experts conducted more than 170,000 inspections to understand and address the tubeware problem, and confirmed the corrective actions we have taken to solve the tubeware problem. This work included 3 independent assessments of tubeware issues. What evidence have you seen that running the plant at reduced capacity is safe?
Well, the only evidence I've seen is that it's not safe, because if they are relying on the same people who got us into this problem in the first place, then why would we trust them now at 70% or 30%?
So what do you want to see the NRC do? Are they going to rely on those inspections? What kind of inspections are they going to do on their own?
We should not restart those generators, because if they restart and we have a ruptured tube instead of a pinhole leak, it could be a catastrophe. So we want them to not restart no matter what. There's just no reason to. And the only way we'll feel comfortable if they have adjudicated evidentiary hearing that's determined by a judge, not the NRC, because they failed us in the past and there's no reason to trust them now.
I do want to talk to you about that hearing, but Murray, I want to ask you, do you feel that the plant is capable of reopening at some point? Do you trust these 170,000 inspections?
I actually do.
Why?
Well, because having been an engineer at San Onofre for 20 years, but I've had heat exchangers which are like steam generators, where the same issues have occurred, and this is exactly what we did, was test the tubes and do inspections, and then change the parameters under which the heat exchanger, or in this case the steam generator, will operate at. And 70% power is a reasonable place to go.
Murray, Southern California Edison has the highest number of safety complaints of any nuclear plant in the country. At the same time, last spring, employees at the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, the watchdog in this case, complained that they were being discouraged from bringing safety complaints forward on nuclear plants. Against this backdrop, can the public have faith in any statements put forth by Edison and the NRC when it comes to safety at San Onofre?
Yes, they can. One of the things we don't mention is the requirements on engineers. And under the federal guidelines, engineers can be held criminally liable for anything they say. And if they do make false statements, they can go to jail. So from that standpoint, there is a lot in place to ensure that engineers tell the truth and talk correctly and do correct assessments and testing.
Gary, very quickly, cities are asking that evidentiary hearings be put on. What would they look like?
Well, it's more like a trial. There's cross-examination under oath, and it's outside experts are able to give testimony. So we have a much broader view of the decision that's made, and we'd have a better comfort level knowing they went through that process. But I'd like to go back and just say about these engineers and things, haven't we learned anything from Fukushima? That we trusted the engineers there too, but we're not going to trust them here.
We've got to close it there. Gary Headrick, Jennex, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
Thank you.
Thanks.